in itself is so powerful, so wonderful. Even though we chant with nama bhas, even inattentiveness, it has a great potency, and one should continue to chant. So what is nama aparadh? What is nama aparadh? Offenses against the holy name. How many offenses are there? 10 offenses. Can anybody say one of it at least? One offenses against nama aparadh. Inattentive chanting. That's the last.
And demigod and allowed.
Okay, that's another one.
Blaspheming the devotee.
Blasphemy the devotees of the Lord, those who are dead. That's the first and the foremost. It comes. Blasphemy the devotees who are dedicated the
Life.
dedicating their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Then another one, to disobey the orders of spiritual master. So when we do all these offenses, what happens? We don't get your nama aparadh, we don't come to that, the pure holy name. Then it's another one, it's called what? Shuddha Nam. So when you are free from the nama aparadh, free from nama bhas, then we come to that, the pure stages of the holy name is called Shuddha Nam. So even if you chant the Shuddha Nam once, it is mentioned that you will attain the Supreme Lord. Even once, Shuddha Nam. So it's very powerful. These are the confidential aspect of this. This is Srila Haridas Thakur is mentioning in the Haridam Chintamani and instructing and telling to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very attentively listening, hearing from Haridas Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, that's it. That's the Lord himself is saying all these things. So it's very important, dear devotees. Our life is meant to uplift ourselves from this patala, from this naraka, to uplift ourselves to that consciousness. This is why we are here, to understand our constitutional position. Who we are, what is this mind? What is this body and how this body is functioning and what is beyond this all. It gives us such a wonderful, wonderful understanding. It takes us to that consciousness. So thank you so much, and I would humbly request, please everybody chant whatever I know that most of you are chanting every day. And if you don't chant, please take up this. This is the mantra of the Harir Nama Iva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva Gadare. There is no other way. There is no other way in this age of Kali to eradicate, to free ourselves from this clutches of this material energy. There is only one way, Harir Nama Iva Kevalam. So if you are not chanting, please take up this mantra. Chant at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the time permits you. It is great, wonderful, great. And this is also the mercy of the Lord. If you are able to chant, that means now the Maya's effect or the material energy, the influence of material energy is weakening, that you are coming out from there. So please take up this. Every day you chant this and without any fail. Right? Without fail. Whatever you do, at any condition, Srila Prabhupada says, at any condition, you should chant the holy name. At any condition. Because we take the shelter of the holy name will protect you. No matter what. Emerage won't come near to you. Emerage won't even come in the list of, if you are there in the list of Emerage, as soon as you start to chant, you will be relieved from the list of Emerage. Guaranteed. As soon as you start to chant, it's a service, devotional service, then what happens? all the auspiciousness comes. That's why another day I was mentioning the benefit of chanting the holy name. It removes eradicate all the kleshagni, all the miseries and the sufferings. Then it brings the auspiciousness, and it gives the liberation, and it gives, and it's rarely achieved. This state is rarely achieved. Sudurlabha. There's a word used, Sudurlabha. Then Sri Krishna Akarshani, it attracts Krishna. Then also it gives the Sandrananda Visheshatma. Immense Sandra Ananda, condensed bliss. What is this? An ocean of bliss. If you come to that, this is not just an ordinary mantra. Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, is not an ordinary mantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Krishna himself. So we know that we chant this Hare Krishna, and what is Hare represents? Internal potency of the Lord, Srimati Radharani. Hare. So internal potency consists of three other energies. Antaranga Shakti, or the spiritual potency, consists of three other energies. One is called, anybody knows? Samvit potency, Sandhini potency, and Hladini potency. Who is the predominant? Who is actually the Sandhini potency? Who is the Lord of Sandhini potency? Balaram. And who is the Lord of Samvrit potency? Krishna himself. And who is the Lord of Hladini potency? Radharani. Okay. So when you take up this holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. So we are actually in contact with this Sandhini potency, Samvrit potency, and Hladini potency. Means that we are in contact with the Krishna, the Lord Ram, and Srimati Radharani. Okay. And when we chant the mantra on this back, on the beads, how many beads are there? 108. And what is represents? 108 beads means what? 108 copies. 108 copies. So when you chant this mantra on this bead, 108, so we are in the mid of, or we are along with it, we are in the association of this 108 gopis, and this bead is known as who? Krishna. So in the mid of this bead, Krishna is there. So when you chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, basically what is happening, we are entering into the association of that, the Lord with 108 gopis, Krishna in the middle. Is it possible with any other mantra like this? You are entering. That's why when you chant the holy name, you enter into the pastimes of the Lord. You enter into Vrindavan. Just by chanting this mantra, then it purifies, and then you'll see that. Nobody can enter into that. Even Narada couldn't enter. Even Shiva couldn't enter into this. Even Lakshmi Devi couldn't enter in so far. Cannot enter into this Leela of the Lord. Narada Devi came to enter into the Leela of the Lord. Then Vrinda Devi came. Vrinda Devi said, "You come with me." Narada Devi wanted to enter into this, the dance of Krishna with the gopis. So then Narada Devi came, and Narada Devi couldn't see anything. Even Vrindavan couldn't see anything. But there was an intention, Narada Devi, that wanted to enter into this, the wonderful pastimes of the Lord. So then Vrinda Devi came and told Narada Devi, "You come with me." So Vrinda Devi is the one who allows to enter. Anybody has that desire to enter into the pastimes of the Lord, to be with the Lord, who is deciding? Who is the Vrinda Devi? That's why we chant this mantra, this Tulasi mantra. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaya Priyaya Keshavasija Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Mora Ye Abhilash Vilas Kunje Diyovas. I have a desire to Stay near to the Vilas Kunj of the forest of the Krishna. Vilas Kunj. Please grant me, right? Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha. So only Tulasi can allow us. That's why every time we worship Tulasi Devi, Vrunda Devi. Vrunda Devi grants that operation, that gives that chance. So Vrunda Devi came to Narada Dev. You come with me. So there was a kund, was there, a pot. So Vrunda Devi disguised as a village girl anyway, and took Narada Dev and told, you dip into this pot. It's called Narada Kund. Okay, Narada Kund. So immediately when Narada Dev took a dip in the Kund, Narada Dev also became a gopi. Narada Dev also became a gopi. That's why Narada Dev also known as Naradiya Gopi. So Naradiya Gopi. So Vrunda Devi took Narada Dev because he was a great devotee of the Lord. And Vrunda Devi took Narada Dev. Now Narada Dev could see, gopis could see that all the wonderful pastimes and the Krishna with the entire gopis, and so they could enter into it and see it. Nobody else. Lord Shiva came and didn't get this. Lakshmi Devi came. No, couldn't get it. So this is then after that, again Vrunda Devi brought back and again dipped into this kund. Narada Devi came back as Narada Devi. So the reason I mentioned, because of when you chant the holy name, that potent it is, that powerful it is. It's not an ordinary mantra. So everybody take it that seriously. It eradicates all, as mentioned, that's so wonderful, wonderful. One can realize that. One can see the Lord just by chanting, attentively chanting. And one can see the Lord. So try to do that. Take some time every day. Chant attentively, and this is what it is. When you chant inattentive, chanting is all follows all the other aparatas. Inattentive, when you inattentive, chanting, when you chant inattentively, then it creates all the other aparatas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that. If you chant inattentively, then that will give us all the other aparatas. So attentive chanting is the key. When you chant the holy name, very attentive. Hear the holy name. Meditate upon the Lord. First time, hear it. If the mind goes here and there, bring it back. And then at least to see the Lord. So sometimes people look at the picture, see that Krishna with the Ashtasakis. So beautiful. So like that, we can also control our mind. So then, let's get into today's class. Everybody please fold your hands. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tadho Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya Bhagavadi Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavadi Naishtigim. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse number 19. So this is where that we took the Bhagavad Gita last time before Kartik. Then we enter into the mode of Kartik. Then last week was the advent of Bhagavad Gita. And how many of you have the copies of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, wonderful. Everybody should have your own copy of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll recite this. 3:19. Chapter 3, verse number 19. Everybody got it? Okay. Tasmadasakta sadadam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha tasmadasakta sadadam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharam karma paramapnoti purushaha tasmadasakta sadadam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharam karma paramapnoti purushaha. Nobody would like to say.
Tasmad asakta satatam.
Tasmad asakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakta hi acharan.
Asakta hi acharan karma.
Param apnoti purushaha.
Param apnoti purushaha.
Tasmad.
Yeah.
Tasmat asaktah satatam.
Tasmad asakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakto hyacharan karma.
Asakto hi acharan karma.
Paramapnoti purushaha.
Param apnoti purushaha.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakto hyacharan karma.
Asakto hi acharan karma.
Paramapnoti purushaha.
Param apnoti purushaha.
Tasmad asakta satatam.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakto hi acharan karma.
Asakto hi acharan karma.
Paramapnoti purushaha.
Param apnoti purushaha.
तस्मादसक्त सततं
Tasmadasakta satatam.
कार्यं कर्म समाचर
Karyam karma samachara.
असक्तो हि आचरण कर्म
Asakto hi acharan karma.
परमाप्नोति पुरुषः
Param apnoti purushaha. Anybody else?
तस्मात् आसक्तः सततं
Tasmadasakta satatam.
कार्यं कर्म समाचर
Karyam karma samachara.
असक्तो हि आचरन् कर्म
Asakto hi acharan karma.
परम् आप्नोति पुरुषः
Param apnoti purushaha. Okay. Word by word meaning. Tasmad.
तस्मात्
Therefore.
therefore
Asaktaha.
असक्तः
Without attachment. Sadadam. Constantly. Karyam. As duty. Karma. Work. Samachara. Perform. Asaktaha. Unattached. High. Certainly. Acharan. Performing. Karma. Work. Param. The Supreme. Apnoti. Achieves. Purushaha. A man. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Please repeat after me. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of the activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the Supreme. Purport. The Supreme is the personality of Godhead for the devotees and liberation for the impersonalists. A person therefore acting for Krishna or in Krishna consciousness under proper guidance and without attachment to the results of work is certainly making progress towards the supreme goal of life. Arjuna is told that he should fight in the battle of Kurukshetra for the interest of Krishna because Krishna wanted him to fight. To be a good man or a non-violent man is a personal attachment. But to act on behalf of the Supreme is to act without attachment for the result. That is perfect action of the highest degree, recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Vedic rituals like prescribed sacrifices are performed for purification of impious activities that were performed in the field of sense gratification. But action in Krishna consciousness is transcendental to the reactions of good or evil work. Krishna conscious person has no attachment for the result but acts on behalf of Krishna alone. He engages in all kinds of activities but is completely non-attached. Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnanaanjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Lokanath Swamini Dinamine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Thank you. This is a very wonderful chapter. This chapter is titled as Karma Yoga. So immediately after the contents of the Gita summarized, or the Sankhya Yoga, second chapter, Arjuna asked this question to Krishna. Oh Krishna, if understanding Krishna, engaging in the service of Krishna, and utilizing your intelligence for Krishna, then why are you engaging me in this ghastly warfare? Why are you asking me to do fight? Why are you asking me to, get into this battlefield? I need to kill everybody, I need to do so many things. So that's where Krishna is just revealing to Arjuna. So Krishna initially mentioned that, how did these impurities come upon you? Kudastam. How did these impurities come upon you? So Arjuna said, I don't know what to do, what is right, how to do. I am surrendering unto you. Now please instruct me. So this is also another aspect of that. One should surrender to the spiritual master or a guru and understand and hear from that, realize the souls because they have seen the truth. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena seveya upadeshadya jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. They have seen the truth. So we should hear from them. So when we hear from them, when we approach them, then we get the mercy, then we can understand this. Similarly, Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. Now Krishna is instructing to Arjuna. So Arjuna was acting like that he does not know anything, but Krishna and Arjuna, this is a pastime of the Lord to enlighten us. Basically, Krishna and Arjuna, they are, of course, in pastimes. So like, it's basically Krishna is entering into that Leela. So pastimes is nothing but a Leela Shakti. Krishna has another potency. Krishna has a lot of potency. Krishna has Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Leela Shakti. So various kinds of potencies Krishna has. So when Krishna in the Leela Shakti, then like cries, tears come from the eyes. And he enters into it. And we cannot even differentiate that whether Krishna is acting or not acting. But he's not acting actually. It's not an act. It's an actual, Krishna is executing that actually. And with the Shakti, Leela Shakti. And also Yogamaya, that's the internal potency of Krishna as well, is all enters into it like that. So here, now Krishna is telling to Arjuna, similar aspect. Arjuna is also, so this is all wonderful Leela for our own benefit. So initially, Krishna is revealing that at least Arjuna, everybody has to work. Without work, that nothing will be proper. So you have to do, but how to do that work? But you should not attach to the result of your work. If you are attached to the results of the work, that's where you are creating the bondage into this material world. So in the 12th chapter, Krishna says also this one. If you are not ready for, if you are not conscious of engaging in the devotional service, at least you work for me. This is called Krishna karma. This is called Krishna karma. Krishna karma means that anything that which we do, that work for Krishna. Work for Krishna. You may not have devotion to Krishna, but if you are at least work for Krishna, then you will be purified. So that's exactly Krishna is telling to Arjuna in this karma yoga. So many things Krishna reveals. So when you act, as Krishna says that yad karoshi, yad asnasi, yas jugosi, tadasyas, yas tabasyasi kaudeya, tad kurusha madarpanam. Whatever you do, yad karoshi, whatever the activities you perform, yad karoshi, yad asnasi, yas jugoshi, tadasyas, yas tabasyasi kaudeya, Arjuna, you as an offering to me, as an austerities to me. So Karma Yoga is revealing that, in this 3rd chapter is revealing that everybody has to do our activities as a sacrifice to the Supreme. Sacrifice to the Lord Vishnu. So we think that's independently, or we think that I am the doer. And we think like that. Krishna says that Prakrite Kriyamanani Guna Karmani Sarvashaha Ahangara Vimudhatma Kartara Midimanyade. Prakrite Kriyamanani. We think that we are the doer. This is our Ahangara. This is our from false ego. Ahangara Vimudhatma Kartara Midimanyade. But actually, there are so many other factors involved into it, especially the 3 modes of material nature. Prakrite Kriyamani Gunakarmani Sarvashaha. So, but the we, that because of the false ego, that ahangar that we have, we think that, so this creates the bondage. So this is the first and the foremost thing that one, so everybody has to work anyway. Without work, nobody can live in this world. If you do not work and then living for others' mercy, then that is a debt that which we create in this world. We have so much of debt. That's why Krishna is also mentioning the previous verses. We have so much of debt to repay. So we have debt, indebtedness to the demigods, right? So we have 5 kinds of yajna that we have to perform. We are indebted to our spiritual masters because of they are such a volumes of books, scriptures, and reveal that knowledge. We are indebted to them. We get all these natural elements which come from the demigods. We are indebted to them. We are indebted to our parents. Isn't it? For fathers, they brought us here. We are indebted. But like that. So we are indebted to the spiritual masters. And also we are indebted to the sadhus, the devotees. We are indebted. So 5 Mahayajnas one has to do every day. Sacrifice. So we cannot think that, okay, we are free from all this, so I can do it anything I want. So we are creating bondage otherwise. We will not be liberated. So Krishna is giving this instruction so that we can take benefit of it. Then what Krishna says, therefore, without being attached to the fruits of the activities, One should act as a matter of duty. That's where this karma yoga comes. Karma yoga. So we have to do as a matter of duty, and then working without attachment until it attains the supreme. So this should be the proper understanding. Karmanye vadhikari, we'll see that. The second chapter we saw that. Krishna says, Karmanye vadharigaste ma bhadeshu kadajana ma bhala sangadedu ma karmani nada sangoshi karmani akarmani. Nade sangostu akarmani. Karmanye vadi, we are not entitled for to look for the results of whatever we do. This is our main problem. People, this is also in the material realm, also the same thing. Plus so much attached to whatever I do, I get to get, I should get it. We are entangled into it. There will be so much caught up with it, and then we will not have any peace of mind at all. Every time. But we are, Krishna says that we are here to do our active duty, our karma, activities. So then we can also understand that there are three kinds of karmas. What are the three kinds of karmas? Vikarma. Vikarma means what? The forbidden activities. We are not supposed to do certain things. It's very clear. We are not supposed to do. If you are doing that one, that's where the bad reaction is going to come. That's why we are suffering in this world. And this is the fact and this is the truth. And then what is the other karma? Akarma means there is no karma at all. There is no reactions at all. Whatever we do that akarma, there is no reaction. And where do we get that? How do we get that? Akarma, when we do the activities and there is no reactions for that activities, and how do we get it?
By serving Krishna.
By offering everything to Krishna. Et karoshi yadasnasi yas jigosi dadasi yas es tapasyasi kondeya tat kurusham madarpanam. If you offer that to me, then there is no karma. So we are cutting the vegetables. We are killing a plant. So there's a severe sin is that people kill an animal and eat. It's a severe sin, first of all. And on top of that, they are killing the mother cow. That's the topmost of all the sins. But here also mentioned that everything is a living entity. So when we cut that and bring it and satisfying our tongue, so Krishna says that verily we are eating the sin. We are eating the sin. Verily we are eating the sin. Nothing but. But that same thing, that with that consciousness, we bring that one and we cook that and we offer to Krishna, there is no sin. Because now we are offering to Krishna. When we have a home, when we try to enjoy that home, our own sensual activities, sensual purpose, that's a sinful. But that same home offered to Krishna, then we are free from that karma. Anything that likes that in our life. Anything that which we utilize for our own sensual purposes, sense gratification, that's where this reactions comes. The karma comes. And some people that, whatever that's way, in order to purify their activities, they do all these kinds of ritualistic activities. That's called karma kanda. That's called karma kand. And there is karma yoga. Three aspects of it. Karma kand, karma yoga, and karma. You know the difference between all this? What is karma kand? Karma kand means all these ritualistic activities as a karma yoga, as a ritualistic activities that you are offering, and whatever you do as a ritual. So suppose I need some money. What we do? We do certain puja. So that Lord is, or that certain demigods, or Lakshmi, or the wealth of Kubera is there. So what happens? We are putting that and praying to that. So there is some rules there. So we are pleasing them so that we get the result of it. So that means somehow or other we purify our activities. But the intention is what? That to enjoy ourselves. But that karma is little, cleared. Karma is little cleared. Okay? So this is karma kanda. Then karma yoga. Yoga means what? To connect, to unite. Right? To unite, you connect. So when you do the karma yoga, whatever the activities you perform, that as an offering to Krishna, with the intention to offer to Krishna, that is Karma Yoga. That's why 5th chapter also called Karma Yoga or action in Krishna consciousness. So where do we get that akarma? That means whatever the activities we do, that will not get any reaction. That whatever we do, action in Krishna consciousness. When Krishna is in the center, and then whatever we do, like we buy the car. If you are using it for our own sensual activities, it create karma, bondage, reactions. But at the same time, oh Lord, this is for you. I offer to Krishna. That's the first thing when you get a car, you offer, go to the temple and you put the car puja and say that this is for you. House, this is for you. Whatever I have, this is for you. So this is the way that we free from it. That's why we are not won't take birth again and again. Because of if you have good karma or bad karma, we have to take birth again and again in this world, no matter what. This is the good karma or bad karma, sakama karma, akama karma. That sakama karma means with intention, with the desire. That's why all the ritualistic activities are there with intention. That's called sakama karma. And then also vikarma there is another aspect called the kudam and the bijam. So Rupa Goswami very nicely explained this in the nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion. Kudam means sinful proclivity. So the reason that anything that which we do, which has another two impact on it. One is it's also create a sinful proclivity and it's also create a seed of it in our heart. So that's why people continuously do so many sinful activities. When a person does some sinful activities, it multiplies it like a tree. So if you put a seed, what happens? It creates thousands of other seeds, isn't it, from that tree? So sin is like that, or vikarma is like that, or anything that which we do for ourselves is like that. That's why millions of billions of time we are wandering here in this world because of that sin till now. But the moment we come to Krishna consciousness, when we take the holy name, surrender to Krishna, as Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Paritejya Mam Ekam Sharanam Pracha. Aham Tom Sarva Pabebhyo Moksha Sarva Pabebhyo. Sarva Pabebhyo. Krishna says, oh, I will eradicate all the sins, no matter what. So this is Krishna karma. So whatever we offer to Krishna, that's the only way that we can eradicate from our sinful act. That's what Krishna says that. Krishna. So we should not have attached to that. So it's a matter of duty. We have to live in this world, so we have to work. As a matter of duty, we have to work. That's why when we go to work, Krishna, I'm doing this for you. Anybody would like to go in the cold and all the drive and go there and things. But when we have that consciousness, oh Krishna, I'm doing this for you. That's why Krishna said to Arjuna, Tasmat karmeshu kaleshu mamanispere yudhyaja. When you do your activities, when Krishna is there, then what happens? That is where there is no karma. That's called akarma. Means there is no karma. So that is our goal. That is action in Krishna. Srila Prabhupada put that, action in Krishna consciousness. So when we have that consciousness, when there is no karma, that's where whatever we do, that will become Krishna karma. So it's very important that to understand. So anything that we do, the devotees, don't too much attach to that and say to Krishna, Krishna, this I am doing this for you. The house, this is for you, Krishna. I'm cooking for you, Krishna. I'm going to the temple for you, Krishna. Not for me. This is for you. I have a house. It's mentioned that even that we offer to Krishna, now Krishna will take care of that house, no matter what. Now you have a mortgage, you don't need to worry. It is now worries of Krishna. When you have a temple, when you have an altar, when you offer everything, now it is a worry of Krishna. Krishna is yours. So as soon as you said Krishna is yours, now Krishna will wonder, oh my God, I got another mortgage to pay. Krishna, this is your car. So likes that. So
Krishna is already actually taking care of that.
Yes, Krishna is, everything he is taking care of it. But Krishna wanted this from us, this consciousness. Oh Lord, this is, I am yours. That should be our consciousness all the time. Then only we will be free from it. That's otherwise create bondage and will not liberate, will not go, will not attain the Supreme Lord. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna this aspect, this is this confidential knowledge, transcendental knowledge that you work for me. This is your benefit. This is for your benefit. And that's why. Okay? So I think it's 9:30. I'll stop here with this note. Thank you so much. And I will continue this. Indira Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So is there any questions? Any questions, any comments? Anybody would like to add? Any reflections?
I've seen now people, they use this karma concept
Yeah.
to basically fulfill their not so good deeds. For example, they'll say that, okay, I'll eat non-veg, but I'll offer it to Krishna, and then I can eat it. What is wrong with that?
Yeah. So Krishna very specifically revealed in Bhagavad Gita what should offer to Krishna and what one should eat. Krishna says that Krishna never mentioned in any of the scriptures. You know that, yes, prasadam can be served now, so we will, okay. So Krishna, you know that there is a story why we are using this chamara, this offering the Lord, chamara. Anybody knows why we are offering this chamara to the Lord? So we know that in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there is Yavana, Kala Yavana. Kala Yavana was in the battlefield. Why Krishna ran away from Kala Yavana? Because of Kala Yavana was eating meat. Even Krishna does not even want to touch that person. Krishna does not even want to touch that person. Krishna ran away from. Similarly, when some point of time in the Badrinath, these Mughals came and they started to took over. So they were all eating the meat and all this. Krishna didn't want to stay there. Krishna took the shelter of a chamari. There was a specific cow called chamari. Krishna took shelter there. So then later, then everything cleared. Then Krishna wanted to, Krishna is so grateful. Even a little offer, Krishna is very grateful. Krishna mentioned that if somebody offers, if there is no chamara, then my worship won't be complete. Because in order to give that credit for the chamari cow, let's say chamara, we call chamara, it's come from the chamari, the cow.
But is there any skin used or something? Metal. It's a metal and.
No. This is that what is that? The tail of a.
Hairs of hair, right?
The tail of.
Hair of tails.
Yeah, this is it. This a hair. The tail of that specific. Yeah.
Cow.
Yeah. So the reason for that, yes, Krishna never or anywhere prescribed. But what Krishna prescribed is that patram pushpam bhalam toyam. Yome bhaktiya prayachati. Right? Yome bhaktiya prayachati. And Krishna mentioned that you offer patra, you offer the leaf, pushpa, the flower, bhalam, the fruits, and toyam, the water. You offer this to me. You don't need to do anything else, whatever. See, that's why we follow this very wonderful Krishna conscious or Krishna prasadam. It's all that same concept of it. Patram means the leaf, leafy vegetables, leafy, Patram, pushpam, the flowers. And you offer the garland, beautiful garlands, varied types of bhalam, all these phala, the fruits, toyam, the water. So we make that accordingly and offer to Krishna so beautifully. So where Krishna mentioned, Krishna says, Patram, pushpam, bhalam, yome bhaktiya prayachati. Offer that to me. So Krishna says this as karoshi, as dasnasi, as jugosi, dadasi. That means whatever you do, whatever activities you perform, and as an offering to me. But Krishna also revealed this one. What you should offer to me. So if anybody does that one, So that is in the mode of worship. There are three kinds of mode, even the mode of worship: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So those who are the Kali worshippers, those who are that worship is considered as the mode of ignorance or in Tamoguna worship. So they offer not to the Lord Krishna, but they offer Kali to this meat and liquor and all. This is in the Tamo worship of Tamoguna, not in the transcendent mode.
Even sometimes Lord Shiva's
Yeah.
devotees may also offer.
I have
For-
a comment, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
This is actually a very important question.
Yeah.
And I think when I introspected on this,
Yeah.
the way that I convinced myself is that any species on the planet which try to resist by
Yeah.
some kind of a reaction, because we have the senses to recognize the senses, we have the sense organs. So
Yeah.
if by forcefully we are sacrificing, then it will resist. Like when we talk about plant,
Yeah.
then we can't hear anything which is
But
coming out
it
as a
has it.
resistance.
It has it.
But it is at the same time, as you rightly said, we are offering to the Lord. So people generally confuse that why don't we offer the sacrifice of an animal also.
Hmm.
But the problem over there, which I think people are not recognizing, is the resistance over there.
Yeah.
The plants have got the tendency to grow again if
Again,
you even
yes.
pluck it, but
Yes.
that is not the tendency of a living entity.
Living entity, yes.
That is where the
So
difference
severe.
needs to be understood, that it is a sin and Bhagwan will never
Yeah.
will never accept that.
Exactly. And it was also mentioned the Jada Bharat, eating whatever is falling down, he's eating.
Yeah.
Whatever is falling down. Notice even does not inculcate any kinds of pain to other living entities. This is what is a sadhu.
Yeah.
Sadhu does not. Even our culture is that suppose we are going and go and cut a tree. So according to our Vedic culture, we go and pray to that tree. I'm going to cut you. We offer the water. And also it's mentioned that we have to also put another tree, 10 trees, in replacing of that one. This is a Vedic culture. This is our proper understanding.
And Prabhuji, I also want to add one more thing, because these are some of the questions that come up to the society which
Yeah.
causes a confusion.
Yeah.
Like as per Durga Saptasati,
Yeah.
Kali is being mistakenly understood as a goddess of sacrifice. Actually, there was a reason why Kali came
Yeah,
out
of course.
from goddess Durga. That
Yes.
was to kill Rakthabij. actually.
Exactly.
And-
And not only that, there are many.
And there are many, because like
We took a class one day about.
right, but people are not understanding that, because Rakthabij had a boon that every drop when it falls, I think we covered in one of the
Yeah.
lectures also.
Yeah.
Then from that another Rakthabij will come out.
Yes.
So the only way to consume is like, because Kali means she is a Kal actually,
Kal,
which means she is actually a symbolism of time. So when
Time
she-
and Kala Shakti and this material energy and this all various.
So when she
beautiful
opened her mouth, then Rakthabij, Rakt actually she was consuming, which was a
Consuming.
symbolism that she is consuming,
Yeah.
everything is going and absorbed by the time.
Yes.
Now people actually, because they don't have knowledge and gyan,
Yes.
they have interpreted it as if
Such
it's
a
a
way that
taste that
it
she's
is
enjoying.
Yes.
So,
So very true.
It's a very problematic.
Very true.
that-
And you know that when Jadabharata was little dumb like that. So act like a dumb
I
Jadabharata.
will have very less.
So then what happened? There were some dacoits. They came and they saw very built, well-built person, Jadabharata. They brought Jadabharata to offer as a sacrifice to Kali. So that this is a great devotee of the Lord. So when Jadabharata brought to, and they are about to kill the Jadabharata, immediately the Kali, that original potency of the Kali came out from the deity form and killed all of the dacoit. It's in the Bhagavatam, it is there. So Kali is also the potency of the Lord. Again, those who are worshipped in that mode. So somewhere or other they connect, right? So that's why somewhere or other they connect to a form of the Lord. So this way they connect somewhere or other. This is called the worship in the mode of ignorance, in the Tamoguna. So that way, somewhere or other, whatever they are doing now, okay, now in the name of. That's why even Buddha appeared for that reason. Buddha manifested in the world that for one reason, that in the name of the Lord, name of the Veda, each and every nook and the corner of this world was the, what is called the butcher shop. The name of the Lord, everything is cutting down. Everything is killed and eating. Just for one intention to, and okay, there is some sacrifice. Okay, now, the name of that. So Buddha came and told that, okay, you don't need to look at even Veda, don't worry about it. But ahimsa, non-violence is the best key that one can come out of. These are the different transitions and transformation which manifested in the world, and then we come to that very wonderful time period of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And then Shankaracharya came. Lord Shiva came then after that. For what? To re-establish the Veda. Buddha came and said, don't worry about Veda. Now Veda, because of the people are now came to their some consciousness. So now Shankaracharya came and it was Lord Shiva. Shankaracharya was. And then has re-established that Veda, the knowledge. Then after who came? Right? Then after Ramanujacharya came. Then instructed that you should worship in such a way. This is called the Dvaita, Visishta Advaita Vada. Dvaita, Visishta Advaita. Some Ramanujacharya. Then Madhavacharya manifested. That's where the Dvaita, right? The Advaita and Dvaita. The Lord as a person, the Supreme Lord, we are separate. We are the marginal potency of the Lord, is all manifested in that understanding. So then who comes? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then brought this mix. Yes, there is also another aspect of Advaita, and there is also aspect of Dvaita, and that's called Ajindya Bheda Abheda Tattva. It's simultaneously one at the same time different. This is the Lord. Lord can be anything at any time. This should be the proper understanding that one should have. So that's where we have such a fortunate that on this time and on those days, people were not even having a copy of Bhagavad Gita. How many of that had Bhagavad Gita on that distance? Now everything is available by the mercy of whom? Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everything is available in our fingertips. It was not the case 5,000 years ago or 500 years ago, even 200 years ago. Or even say 100 years ago, you will not even see a Bhagavad Gita. So you have to go to a Guru's teacher, a master, to hear even anything from the Bhagavad or Bhagavad Gita. This was the case. We are so fortunate. And whose mercy is that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. We are so fortunate. So fortunate. So this way, that all we need to do, just be there like last week. We were mentioning about that Mumbai local train, right? Just be there, that's all we need to do. The mercy of devotees you are in. You are in this wonderful process. Lord will take you. Like Srila Prabhupada was saying that you don't need to do anything, just hold my dhoti. All we need to do, just hold my dhoti, that's it. So this is the process. So all we need to do is just have some consciousness, still attention on it, the process. It's not that just simply, it's a great amount of value, tremendous potency, tremendous value. All these wonderful processes, it's not that just, it's a pure science. It's a pure science. Okay, anything else? Yes.
One question.
Yes. Yeah.
So you mentioned about that chanting, right?
Yeah.
And then first we talked about mind and how difficult it is to control and all
Yeah.
that. And then you said that inattentive chanting is aparad.
Yeah.
So, obviously,
Mind is very difficult to
because
control.
the way the mind is, most of the time are we doing aparad if we are not?
I mean, in the sense that it's not aparad, it is inattentiveness will lead to aparad. So if you do that, if he continues to do that, like today is inattentive, but if you are not taking any steps to correct that, tomorrow also inattentive, and after 10 days is also, then what happens is we will be losing our taste and then we will get into all these things. So Krishna says this very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was telling that, oh Krishna, Chanchalahi Mana Krishna, Prabhadam Prabhalam Dridam. Says that it's so difficult to control. Krishna says that, Arjuna says, I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. What Krishna was giving this. Yes, Asamshya Mahabhago. Asamshya Mahabhago, it's very difficult to control. But Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Vairagyena cha priyate. Abhyasa. What is Abhyasa means? Practice. And along, when you practice along with Vairagyena priyate, we also should have a detachment from all this material attachment. So you slowly understand this one. It does not give anything in your life. All this attachment, what is all gives misery only. It's flickering temporary happiness, that is bhogatyaga. This is the nature of this material world. Bhoga, then immediately next moment we have to reject it. How much time we will, eat the same, roti every day. So we need, this is the mind. This is nature of the mind, nature of the living in bhogatyaga. You get it and then reject it, get it, reject it, get it, reject it. So this is the nature of it, and it also arises from our senses. So what happens? That we have to control ourselves. So body is there, right? And beyond the body and above the body is what is known as our senses. So beyond the senses or above the senses is called our mind. Above the mind is intelligence. So with intelligence, we have to control the mind. Use our intelligence. The intelligence we have to control. When we use our intelligence and control the mind, then what will happen? Then we reach to the Atma, our spiritual nature. This is the way that. So whenever we chant, so attentiveness is not an aparad in the sense, one sense, but inattentiveness will lead to all the other things if you continue to do that. So you have to bring back. Whenever the mind goes, mind wanders, just bring back. No, like that. Got it? Clear? Okay. Yes, Guruji.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about Janmajaya.
Janmejaya.
Yes. So yeah. So I have heard his story.
Yeah.
So and it was so. I still didn't fully understood whether he did what he did was good,
Correct
or not.
Yes.
Or if you can talk about.
Oh yeah, of course. And this is what it is, right? When Parishit Maharaj bitten by the Takshaka came in the very minute form and killed Parishit Maharaj. Of course, the son has got very angry and with the Loma Maharshi, and they arranged a very great sacrifices. In that sacrifice is that the mantra is that to invoke all the sarpas, nagas, come directly to the fire. So started to do this sacrifice, yaga. The Lord started to come, and then this is the time then Brahma intervened. And requested that you can't do this.
Actually, Takshak was probably was hiding with Indra. Indra was stopping him.
Yes, stopping, yes. So it was the power of the mantra, and then what happened? Then Brahma intervened. Mentioned that no, you cannot do this one. This is extremely sinful, and then Janmejaya understood, and then stopped, and then Takshaka then relieved. That created a great sin, curse, and the sin dosha. That created dosha for Janmejaya. If anything that we do with the sarpa, there is a sarpa dosha. Sarpa dosha is quite severe. Right? Sarpa dosha is quite severe. So we should be very careful that when anything that we do that is sinful, that dosha will always be there. That's what is the reaction of it, dosha. Dosha means that reactions come to us in many ways. And many times I heard that people does not have children. It is the one reason that they have this sarpa dosha. Kala sarpa dosha. So like that.
It is quite severe.
Severe, yes.
Also heard of.
So when Abhimanyu
Yeah.
got killed,
Yeah.
right? That he was the
Yeah,
he was the son of Arjun,
yeah,
right? And Parikshit Maharaj
yeah,
was his.
yeah. Women's son.
So that was, I mean, in that regard, if you compare, how do you compare? Because what Janmejana did also to the right. Krishna also allowed Arjuna to take revenge.
Yeah, but we are okay. Your question is that one, whether we are eligible to do that.
I mean, not we. I mean, but
Yeah, of course.
Janmejana.
That's the general question, is that we are eligible to do any retaliation for anything. No, we are not. In any condition, we are not. In any situations, we are not. Because of everything is arranged by the Lords, and we are just an instrument. So if we do something, this is our anartha. This is coming out from our own sensual or our own nature that comes out. I am not. Okay, Krishna told to Arjuna to do on the behalf of Krishna. But here I am not doing behalf of Krishna. I am doing behalf of myself. That's the difference. Right? When a sword in the hand of a thief, sword in the hand of a doctor, same sword. Doctor has a duty, doctor has a prescribed duty to do it. So like that, a Kshatriya has a prescribed duty to do it. But not that innocent animals. Even Kshatriya had a code of conduct. Kshatriya cannot even attack to a woman or other animals or children, and they should not fight. This is the code of conduct of Kshatriya.
So in case of Janmejana, Krishna personally was not there to instruct.
Krishna was personally not there. Not only that, he was killing an innocent other animals.
I think if he killed Takshak only, then I think it might be okay, right? But if you're killing everybody,
Yeah, all the
it
entire.
will be like if you did something
Yeah, no,
wrong,
that-
you are killing entire New Jersey for that.
So that is not right. So that's what it is. So that's the way.
And he couldn't kill Takshak, I think. He
Couldn't find hiding also.
So what I heard is that it was Indra's Shakti, it was stopping.
Yeah.
Then he asked
Yes.
sadhus, I mean all the rishis, that okay, pull Indra also.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Indra
pull.
log started pulling down.
Yes.
That time Brahmaji or
That's what
Brahmaspati,
it is.
Guru Brahmaspati had to intervene, I guess. Otherwise Indra log was coming down
Yeah.
in the yajna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jai, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll have. Yeah, thank you.